When Kim and the rest had flown themselves to California, they had landed in a clearing in Andreas Canyon trailhead. Once they had landed, everyone climbed out of the aircraft to see how deserted the canyon is. There is barely any signal here to track the Mentor's hideout, Kim said, trying to get a signal on her communicator, but to no avail. How will we know where Dementor's hideout is? Ron asked. We'll have to start walking till we find it, Doomguy said. As they started to walk, Kim was the one behind as she wasn't feeling too great. After walking in the desert of California for 10 minutes, no demons were around the area. While walking, Doomguy had a bad feeling in his gut that something was going to happen, but is not sure on what it is. What's up? Yori asked Doomguy. I don't like this. It's too quiet, Doomguy replied. Why would anyone be out here when there's no demons around? Maybe to hide? Shigo asked. I don't know. I just don't like it when it's dead silent, Doomguy replied. As Kim was walking, she felt a sharp pain in her abdomen. She stopped and groaned in pain, causing Ron to turn to his girlfriend. Kim, are you okay? Ron asked. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just not feeling the greatest, so... Kim suddenly trailed off when the ground beneath her started to crack, causing a bit of an earthquake to happen. Hang on, Kim, I'm coming. Ron trailed off as the ground kept moving due to the earthquake. What the fuck? Shigo asked, as she along with Yori and Doomguy were also being affected by the earthquake. It's an earthquake, Yori shouted. Kim, get to higher ground, Ron called out to Kim. She nodded and ran to get on higher ground. The earthquake moved some ground down, and as well as up, as some cracks were making Doomguy, Shigo, Yori, and Ron, all with Rufus, down to the lower level of the canyon. After about a couple of minutes, the earthquake had stopped. Doomguy managed to move some boulders out of his way as he and Shigo, Ron, Rufus, and Yori came out from a small crevice they were stuck in. Is everyone okay? Doomguy asked. I'm fine, Rufus said. I'm okay, Yori replied. I'm also okay, Shigo added. Kim, you okay? Ron called out above Kim, who was on higher ground. Surprisingly, she was able to still hear their voices from below. I'm fine, up here, Kim replied. Then she felt some more pain in her abdomen. She was confused as to what it was. When she looked down between her legs, there was blood, meaning something was wrong. It wasn't the menstrual cycle that was happening, but Kim was experiencing a miscarriage. Ron, along with Yori, Shigo, and Doomguy, climbed out from the lower ground to be with Kim at the higher ground. It took them a few minutes, but by the time they got to Kim, they saw that she wasn't really okay. Glad you're okay, Yori said. I'm bleeding, Kim stated. Where are you bleeding? You didn't get hurt, did you? Ron asked, sounding worried. My stomach hurts, Ron. It feels like knives are being plunged into my abdomen, Kim replied, beginning to cry due to the pain being unbearable. Oh shit. Kimmy, this isn't your period. You're having a miscarriage. This is what you're experiencing, Shigo said, seeing the blood stain in Kim's battlesuit between her legs. A miscarriage? But I didn't know I was pregnant, Kim replied, crying from the pain. Well, from the looks of it, you were pregnant and didn't know about it, Shigo stated. Kim, why didn't you tell me you were pregnant? Ron asked. I'm sorry, Ron. I didn't even know I was pregnant, Kim answered as she cried out in pain again. We need to get Kim back to the bunker. We have medical stuff there, Ron said. What about the mission? We need to find Dementor's hideout. Do we have to end the mission? Kim asked as she cried out in pain. Me and Yori will find the hideout. Ron, Rufus, you go and take Kim back to the bunker, Doomguy stated. How will you two get back here? Shigo asked. I'll find a way, Doomguy said. Ron then got out of the communicator and called Wade. Hey Ron, how's the Dementor's hideout? Wade asked. We're in California, and it's hard to find it due to how fuzzy the signal is, but Kim's having a miscarriage and we're heading back to the bunker, Ron explained. All right, we have medical supplies we need to treat Kim, Wade replied. Does anyone know how to handle a miscarriage, as this has never happened to Kim before? Ron asked in a panic, until Shigo rested her hand on his shoulder. I have experienced a miscarriage. It was before the demons roamed the earth, so I can help Kim. I got your back, Ron, Shigo replied as Ron scooped Kim up in his arms in bridal style. Want me to send James Possible to your location to pick up Doomguy and Yori when you found it? Wade asked. That'll be helpful, Doomguy. You and Yori take my communicator, Ron said, handing his communicator to Doomguy. You call Wade whenever you two want to be picked up. We will, Doomguy replied. Shigo, along with Ron and Kim, headed back for the aircraft, where they climbed in and Shigo took the driver's seat. Shigo flew the aircraft back to Middleton, where the bunker is located. Once at the bunker, Ron carried Kim in bridal style as Shigo led the way into the medical room inside the bunker. Ron and Shigo stayed with Kim in the medical room for a long time. At first, James Possible, along with Nana Possible, were confused by this. But after Wade explained that Kim didn't know she was pregnant and is having a miscarriage, they both understood how much pain their daughter and granddaughter were in. While in the waiting room, James, along with Nana Possible, were both stunned but shocked at the same time. No one knew Kim was pregnant, but it was also a shock to them that she was having a miscarriage. If Ann Possible was alive, she would have known what to do. Given Shigo had a miscarriage carried before, she knew what to do and how to handle it. I hope Kim is all right, Nana Possible said. I hope she is too. My grandchild never had the chance to live since Kim miscarried, James said sadly. Just then Jim and Tim arrived, confused at the commotion that went on earlier. What was all the commotion? Jim asked. Is Kim hurt? We heard something about Kim bleeding, Tim added. Boys, since you're old enough to learn more about anything going on, but what Kim is going through is a miscarriage, meaning the fetus inside of her has died, James explained to his sons. So she was pregnant? Tim asked. She was, but nor she or Ron knew about the pregnancy. But Kim is in good hands with medical help. I know she'll be okay, James replied. James and Nana Possible, your daughter wants to see you, Ron said as he walked out of the medical room. All right, you boys go see what help Wade wants you to do, James suggested. Then Jim and Tim ran off to go help with Wade. Inside the recovery room, Kim was on the hospital bed crying. Shigo was by her side comforting Kim as Rufus also did the same along with Ron. James and Nana Possible also walked in. Hey, Kimmy Cub, I'm sorry about the miscarriage you're having, James said. It's my fault, Dad. I never knew I was pregnant, and this demon apocalypse has driven us mad, Kim sobbed as she hugged Shigo. It's no one's fault, Kim. Don't blame yourself for it, Ron assured Kim. I never got the chance to grow a new life, let alone know about the pregnancy, Kim said. It's no one's fault, Kim. You didn't know, Ron replied, hugging Kim close. You'll be fine, Kimberly Ann, Nana Possible said. When your mom was younger before you were born, she had 2 miscarriages before you. She did? Kim asked while her eyes were red from crying. Yeah, unfortunately she did. One at 5 weeks and the second at 10 weeks, James said. But Dad, I was only 7 weeks when this miscarriage happened, Kim sobbed. I was 6 weeks when I miscarried, Shigo stated. Draken and I weren't trying to have a baby. It happened and neither of us knew about the pregnancy till I miscarried. Ron and I weren't trying for a baby. Even if we were, I wouldn't want to raise it in a world of demons roaming Earth, Kim sniffled. It would be hard for you to raise a child in this bunker, especially in a demon apocalypse, Ron said as he rubbed Kim's back. Maybe when things go back to normal, you guys can try again if you want, James suggested. Yeah, but I will never forget this miscarriage I went through, Kim said sadly. No mother will ever forget that. At least your mother is watching you. She would be sad if she saw you having a miscarriage, James replied. Kim was going through some depression due to the miscarriage, and since she had lost the unborn child, she felt like it was her fault. Would there have been something to prevent it? Kim was reassured by her friends and family that it was not her fault, and that these things happen. How long am I going to be bleeding from the miscarriage for? Kim asked. Since you miscarried at 7 weeks, the bleeding will last from 1 to 2 weeks, so be sure to change pads regularly, Shigo said. All right, Kim replied, as she enjoyed her company with her family and friends around her. They were reminiscing on the times they were before the demons. However, they were also wondering how Yori and Doomguy were doing in California, finding Professor Dementor.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.